Hello Scrolls fans, welcome to Scrollscast number 11. My name is Smogan. Today we have a video that was sent to me by Mr. Cubez, also known as Chrizzy. Mr. Cubez sent me this video that I'll be able to cast, so I really appreciate him sending that my way. This video is a ranked match of him playing Arlekj. Looks like Mr. Cubez has a late game order build of sorts. And note that when I do my Scrolls casts, I usually work off of spectate mode, so I can click on things and bring them up as best I can, working off replay, so I won't have that opportunity. But what I can do instead is pause and hit play. So if there's something that I can pause for, I'll be excited to do that. So anyway, Mr. Cubez and Arlekj, I believe, are friendly with one another, as you can see that they're getting to chatting a little bit. Looking at Cubez's, or I should call him Chrizzy in this game because that is his ult, but I'll go back and forth. Looking at Cubez's opening hand, we see not a lot of early plays. He has the Kabonk, which could be nice if his opponent's maybe playing Growth, but decides to keep his hand without early units. Maybe he doesn't really have a lot of early units in this deck. With the Mangonel and the speed, that makes me think this is definitely a late game build. Arlek is playing Decay. We also won't be able to see his hand, but we'll work off of Cubez's view here and think about what he should do throughout the game. Another Blessing of Haste from the top of the deck. Sacrifices. Thinking about what to sacrifice. Arlek says ELO with Decay. Makes his sacrifice, passes the turn over to Arlek. Arlek goes up to 2 resources, does not have a turn 2 play either, shifts it back to Chrizzy. Another Blessing of Haste. His deck really wants him to hold on to at least one Blessing of Haste now. Let's see if he makes the same sacrifice decision. Currently the only unit he has that would make any impact on the board is his Gallant Defender. Let's see. Gets rid of the flip this time, holds the Blessing of Haste, passes the turn over to Arlek. So next turn, Cubez will be playing the Gallant Defender almost certainly. The Gallant Defender, of course, very strong when your opponent has more units than you do. And Arlek gets the party started with a Blightbearer front and center. Royal Spearman, it would have been nice to have that last turn, but he does sacrifice the unit to get Gallant Defender in the middle, ready to go. Turn to Arlek. Goes up to a 4th resource. Moves the Blightbearer back with an Ilmire Hunter in front. That'll be a tough unit to get through, especially for the low-powered defender here. Cubez goes ahead and plays a Kabonk to cantrip, sacrifices a Roasted Bean Potion to get up to 5 total resources. Still no other creatures in hand. He could do a Mangonel speed play next turn to get a 2 for 2 and take out both of these units. But not any longer after that Languid. Wouldn't be able to finish off the Hunter. So Arlek uses Languid, cantrips, takes his Blightbearer, and due to the armor 2, decides it's not worth it to deal a little bit of damage, just 1 damage to the defender, and comes in for 3 damage to the idol. Also plays an Ilmire Tribesman in the middle. Another unit finally for Chrizzy. It's a Knight Scholar, and he'll play that likely behind his Gallant Defender. Moves his units up and away from the bulk of Arlek's army. The Slayer unit, actually, as of right now, I don't believe would kill the Gallant Defender because it would not deal any damage to trigger the Slayer. I believe that's how that interaction works with the armor too. However, if Arlek could somehow sacrifice one of his units, he could make that happen. Up to 5 resources now. Decay gets really strong right at the 6, 7, 8 spot. Can make some good plays at 5 too. Could be an Oblivion Seeker or a Life Stealer or something like that. We see a Bloodline Taint. That'll work too. So that, with the curse damage, will kill this Gallant Defender, and also has curse on the Knight Scholar as well. So still no more creatures. Cubez could go up to 7 resources for Imperial resources, which would be nice, give him a tremendous card and resource advantage right now. But of course the downside is that he won't really have anything to play right now. So in the old days, this would be a wonderful hand because you would have a really strong chance of drawing a focus, and then your Mangonel speed focus play could help you come back from that early game disadvantage. But with the focus nerf no longer works on Mangonel, that is not possible, and look how much damage that would do. That would take out all 3 of these strong units. But instead, Cubez, well, he draws the Eternal Sword, so that's nice, so he can at least kill off this Hunter. We'll see if he holds on to both Mangonels or if he wants to Get rid of the sword. Probably wants to hold on to the Imperial resources because his deck is built around gaining tremendous card and resource advantage. He could mangonel speed right now. It would take out 1 unit, maybe 2, depending on how he stacks things. We see the mangonel come down. Double checks his other mangonel. He can go mangonel speed. That's actually a good point. And so that will do a lot of damage. So that's the one way to do the mangonel speed focus is to just have 2 mangonels in hand. That takes 9 resources to do. He pulls that off on round 9. Well played by Mr. Cubez. Gets the board clear, passes the turn over to Arlek, who now needs to come back from that. Starts it off with an Eager Scryer and a second Eager Scryer. Okay, so he's ready to start attacking every turn with 2 Scryers. Another speed for Cubez. He could Imperial Resource first and then sacrifice one of the scrolls he gets, and that's what he does. Pitches the Eternal Sword. Now he has Spearman, Scholar, and Captain out in his hand so that he can start to rebuild his board. Note that the Scholar still has Curse 2 on it, so that would take 3 damage from the Eager Scryers, though Arlek chooses to take out one of these mangonels instead of dealing some damage to the Scholar. At 6 resources, can play a second Witch Doctor. Clears out 1 mangonel. No fear that the double mangonel combo will come again until Mr. Cubez's deck cycles. He sacrifices maybe the Wings Captain, looks like. Yes. And a veritable army of 4 drops here. 2 Scholars and a Gallant Defender. Has 10 resources to play with, so he can play 2 of those. And elects to play 2 Scholars. So now that's 3 Scholars on the field. Crashes in, kills 1 of the human units, spawning a husk, guarding his cursed Night Scholar with his uncursed Night Scholar. Let's see if Arlek has some of the combo plays with the Eager Scryer. So there's the Pillar of Fatigue, I believe it's called, where if every time you move a unit, its countdown increases by 1. Of course, combos with the Scryer that draws scrolls when its countdown is 2 or higher. Arlek sacrifices for scrolls himself, has 5 in hand, moves to secure, a Bloodline Taint. So all Scholars are cursed and 1 has double curse on it. And that makes Cubez so sad. Loyal Darkling to defend his Witch Doctor with a husk in front. So curse is very powerful with the Scryer attacking every single turn. Lots of cooldown reduction, lots of strong, beefy defensive units. Spearman is kicked out. Skirmisher and Wings Captain come up. 10 resources still. Blessing of Haste played on, looks like the weaker Scholar, which is nice. That'll take out the Eager Scryer. Gallant Defender played in front. It would not currently have Armor 2. But that's okay, it's still a decent unit to play defense with 4 health. And then a Ducal Skirmisher, I can't remember which Skirmisher that is. Yeah, Ducal Skirmisher. Come with Relentless, ready to rock and roll in a few turns here. Witch Doctor can attack now, 5 attack, quite a bit. That'll take out pretty much anything that it gets its hands on. Goes up to 7 resources now. Could see a terrifying Necrogeddon, but maybe in a few turns. Cursemonger for now. Blightbearer as well. Goes up to 7 resources to play 2 strong scrolls. And the Witch Doctor takes out the Gallant Defender. 2 Night Scholars on Chrizzy's side, ready to either attack or draw. Another Mangonel in hand. So he could speed Mangonel, and that would take out the Husk and then potentially some other units as well. Has a focus, so he could do a speed or bean potion focus play and get his Skirmisher to deal quite a bit of damage. Let's see, 3 + 6 + 3. That would, I don't think, take out everything. I think that would leave his Witch Doctor with 1 health is what would result from that. Unless, I guess, if he bean potions, well, no, I don't see how he could quite stack this with only 6 damage to pull that off. But he does have the Mangonel. Lots of options here. Goes ahead and draws another Gallant Defender. That was off the Night Scholar. And here comes the Mangonel play. So we had speeds, Mangonels. The second Mangonel is counted down automatically, and focus on the Skirmisher. That might just do it. That should clear out this middle pile of units. This is why I don't play late game order, because this is a lot of things to plan and keep track of, and frankly, I'm just not very good at doing that. So excellent work by Mr. Cubez. Manages to find the right combination of pieces, a 4-scroll play, to take out these units and give him board control. Blightbearer is on 1 countdown with 1 health, so next turn he can move to poison quite a bit of this stuff, and note that most of it is cursed. Up to 8 resources for Arlek with only 1 scroll in hand. Could it be Nuru? I'm not sure why else and there it is. There's the Nuru. Goes up to 8 to play his unique scroll. If that can manage to count all the way down to 0, then it's going to start dealing some serious damage. And that tells me that Arlek almost certainly has Pillar of Fatigue somewhere in his deck. 4 units in Cubez's hand. He has no tricks, but he can certainly populate the board with 10 resources, again off those Imperial resources. That's what gave him this advantage in the first place. And note that he's drawn most of his deck, having only 16 left versus his opponent's 25, so that's 9 extra scrolls he's drawn at this point, which is very impressive. Royal Vanguard is a powerhouse, would like to get that out. Currently is not synced in countdown with the majority of his army, but a few turns time, who knows what could be different. Goes ahead and drops the Vanguard and the Captain. Night Scholar comes in, kills the Blightbearer, poisons himself, a sacrifice he had to make. Something had to be done there. Cursemonger is active and can curse. He needs to get something in front of his Nuru, though, because who knows what could happen with a Relentless unit ready to attack. He wants to defend that as best he can. Has a Bloodline Taint, so that curses again all of these units, but does he have a unit of his own? That's what's going to be really critical here. Currently, oh no, he just has Infectious Blight. So that's, of course, good, a great combination. I believe that Scholar is double or even triple cursed, so that'll die instantly, but he's got to be terrified of this Relentless Skirmisher. Cubez currently, though, does not have the trick to make it happen, but he can sacrifice for 2 scrolls right now. He says, thanks for letting... Oh, you know what? He moved his Nuru up. Cubez says, thanks for letting me kill your Nuru for free. He moved into range of this Night Scholar, so Cubez would have had the trick anyway, but ended up not even needing it. Just moved, unfortunately, his really expensive 8-resource unit right into the fire. Not a great play. Still, that might be tough to come back from. That might be tough to come back from. He's going to have to repopulate somewhere on the top side of this board while still dodging these 2 active next turn Mangonels. Units crash in, kill the Nuru 1 turn before we were going to get to see the super fun activation. Arlek needs units. He needs units. He's got that Infectious Blight ticking down. I'm not actually sure where that jumped to. I didn't notice. Well, that's a unit. Another Nuru ready to go. It is not played where the Mangonel can get a hold of it without some tricks. Pushback for Cubez, so he has an answer again for it. Kabonk comes down. Vanguard moves to kill the Cursemonger. Will he push back the Nuru? He might wait till next turn to do that, because there's not going to be any cooldown reduction in Arlek's deck. 5 attack on the Mangonel just due to the Vanguard nonsense, so that won't do anything. Does he go ahead and push back? I would probably wait and play out 2 units and push back next turn, but he does go ahead and do it now. So Arlek's board is cleared again. Speed ready to play on the Mangonels, so there's really not a lot of safe spots with all these units being on 1 countdown. Wherever Arlek plays units will be attacked. So how does he deal with that? Does he not play units this turn? His idols are pretty healthy, and it's going to take a while for Cubez to actually win the game with no generals in play. He can't bring in any tremendous attacks for most of the idols. And here's the 3rd Nuru ready to go. Doesn't have anything in front, so Cubez has the speed that he can play to take it out right now if he wants. Imperial resources as well to pull further ahead, and that's what he does. So he could speed to get this skirmisher in play, or he could flip the Nuru down and kill it with these 2 skirmishers. A couple of choices he can make here. 3 resources to play with. He could go double Aging Knight, though I'm sure he'll do something to take out this Nuru while he has the opportunity. Definitely doesn't want that ticking down. And shoot, I forgot to watch for where that Infectious Blight was. It might be on this Vanguard, I'm not sure. Does go ahead and decide to flip to the Nuru to the middle, lets his units take care of it naturally, saves the Aging Knights rather than playing it next to the Royal Vanguard. You like to play the Aging Knights next to a 1 countdown Vanguard so they get triggered right away and go up to 4 attack. That's pretty darn potent, but saving them for a rainy day for now. Arlek has been sacrificing for scrolls for a while and is up to 5, but sees the writing on the board, goes ahead and surrenders the game, accepts defeat. Excellent play by Mr. Cubez, taking down Arlek's late-game Decay deck with his own late-game Order deck. This has been Scrollscast number 11. Thanks for tuning in. You can catch more Scrollscasts on the Badger Guild YouTube channel. My name is Smogan, and everyone go out there, go play some Scrolls.